Hey everybody, it's Tallara and welcome back to Pokemon Conquest. Today we're going to be heading out to our next kingdom, in particular, Violight. That's right, we did capture the first three kingdoms, the Grass Kingdom of Greenleaf, the Fire Kingdom of Ignis, and the Water Kingdom of Fontaine, and now our influence is ready to expand even further with three new kingdoms ripe and ready to attack. Now, the issue with the three new kingdoms, of course, is that it's not going to be inherently obvious that we have an elemental advantage. It was so easy for us to get elemental advantages in each of the first three kingdoms, but here I have a feeling things are going to get a bit more difficult. Regardless, we're going to start our assault in the Kingdom of Violight, the Electric-type kingdom, so let's go there right now. Violight is a kingdom ravaged by thunderstorms. Perhaps that's why there are so many electric-type Pokemon here. It's a tough place for water-type and flying-type Pokemon. Ground-type Pokemon are the best choice, but grass-type Pokemon are also pretty strong against electrical attacks. So, we already know what warriors we're going to be taking into battle. It's the warriors who are currently stationed at Greenleaf. That involves Eevee, Jigglypuff, Pansage, Sewaddle, and Cottony. If you see our relative army strengths, we're going to have the same amount of warriors, but we should be a little bit stronger, at least on paper. So hopefully that plays out in the battle. Are you ready to begin battle against Violight? I sure am. I've got a feeling that this is going to be our toughest challenge yet. My sole aim is victory. I'll give it all I've got. Tallara's army has appeared in Ginchio's kingdom of Violight. The Kingdom of Violight. So, you're Tallara, are you? Whoa, this girl's really cool. I like her character design. That is some sick armor you have there. I was wondering what you'd be like, and I have to conclude that you're no match for me and my Shinx. Huh. What's wrong? You're a child. Talking like that to a warrior before you've even done battle. Fine. I'll stop talking and demonstrate my power on the battlefield instead. Alright, we're getting right into it. No time for talk. Let's do this. It's December of year 1, and Tallara is gonna fight Ginchio. Whoa, this place is crazy. I'll show you what I'm made of. Let's go, Eevee. From the rest of the Pokies. We've got a squad of 5 here. On my honor, you will be stopped. There's the Shinx we heard about, as well as the other 4 Pokemon. Alright, we need to defeat all enemies before all of our allies are defeated. Nice and simple. We've got 20 turns to do so, and we start first. Our clan, famed throughout Ransai for our electric-type Pokemon. We built this place. It is a place in which to do battle. We did not intend it as a haven for the likes of you, Tallara. Man, one of the things I just love about Pokemon Conquest so far are the really, really cool character designs. This is fantastic. Alright, so you can see there's panels in the floor that electricity flows through, and I've got a bad feeling these panels probably move with the press of a button. Unfortunately, only some of those buttons are available to us, and I can only imagine if we touch the electricity it's gonna hurt, so we might have to be careful here. Now, just looking at the Pokemon, the flying type is on the right and the water type's on the left, so because of that, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move all of our grass types over here to prepare for battle. You guys are going to guard the left flank. And then Jigglypuff and Eevee are going to go right and center. So we'll get Jigglypuff right here. We'll get Eevee right here. And then let the enemies come to us. Pichu boosts the energy of its fellow Pokemon. Here comes Shinx. Shinx can step in the electricity, perhaps unsurprisingly, because it is an electric-type Pokemon. The time has come, has it? Sure has. I'll give all the strength I have! Stop showing off that you can touch the electricity. Come on. Alrighty. Now, we can get Eevee out of this potential danger zone and get right in here to attack this Starly. Eevee, quick attack! Boom. Good damage. Good job, Eevee. Alright, now Jiggly. We'll move her up a little bit. You can stand right here. as mentioned, I am very nervous that this is potentially a danger zone, so I definitely want to get my Pokemon off these colored tiles if possible. I think I'll move Pansage right there, and then we'll move Sewaddle right here. Unfortunately, they don't have a ton of movement, but we'll see what we can do. How about this? Mareep's range is increased, which means she, I mean, honestly, she still didn't move that far. Try this on for size. Pichu's attack's increased, and he's gonna attack Cottony with Thunder Shock. Not very effective, though. Spark, do it! Alright, that did some decent damage. I'll have to admit, that Shinx is strong. Try using Quick Attack! Watch and learn! So many attack buffs. Luckily, Water Gun's not going to do much against Cottony, even with the attack buff. So that's fine right there. And now it's my turn. So, Cottony has Absorb, which is great because that's not only going to do some good damage against Panpour, but it's also going to heal Cottony in return. Just the way we like it. Now, let's bring Pansage. Pansage has Vine Whip. Move him over here. I'm gonna get Sewaddle to move here. Now, Jiggly. Jigglypuff. Time to slap. Once. Twice. 3 times. Good work. And then Eevee, what are you going to do? I think Eevee should focus on... I'm going to try to get the Shinx down, I think. I think Shinx is the strongest Pokemon that we have to face here. So let's do as much damage as we can against Shinx. And wow, the critical hit brought Shinx to 1 HP. Good job, Eevee. That was fantastic. Survive another Water Gun here, no big deal. So far, so good. None of the enemy Pokemon have even attempted to press those buttons and presumably mess with the battlefield, so I'll take it. Let's leave things just the way they are, thank you. Shinx did heal, but not significantly. Should still be able to take it down on our next turn. Let all the enemies do their thing. I think we brought the right complement of Pokemon. So far, so good. No one's doing any super effective damage or anything like that. Whoa! The electric system has been activated. What does that mean? There's just random thunderbolts now. Well, that's not good. We don't want those to hit us, but I don't know if there's any way we can really avoid it. Anyway, one thing at a time. Let's grab... If we put Pansage right here... Yeah, we can Vine Whip and reach Panpour. Battle of the Elemental Monkeys! I think Grass might win, though. Super effective and a critical hit. Let's go. That was fantastic. Alright. What is your Warrior ability? Slowly restore HP of Warrior Pokemon and adjacent allies for 3 turns. Let's do this. Alright, and then we'll get another hit in here. Cottony, Absorb! Super effective. Nice. Alrighty, let's see if we can take down Shinx now, shall we? We're gonna start with Sewaddle, because that's the only Pokemon in range for him to hit. So we'll get Bug Bite, and then Jigglypuff should finish it off. Jigglypuff, use Double Slap! Nice. Yep. Down goes Shinx, the leader of their army. I feel we could achieve great things together. Well, if you'd like to join me, feel free. It looks like you drove Ginchio away. She does not take defeat lying down. She will return the favor soon, I am sure. I don't really like the sounds of that, but anyway, that's something for us to worry about and deal with later. For now, we are still in the middle of a battle. Alrighty. So many of this army's Pokemon have special abilities and effects. I simply cannot believe this. Well, you should have been prepared for some grass Pokemon to try to invade your kingdom. Yeah, the warriors are making use of a lot more of their abilities here, a lot more of their items. Those are things that we didn't really see warriors in previous battles do, so clearly the enemy is becoming a bit more sophisticated. Just fine by me. Alrighty. Jigglypuff's gonna activate Lullaby, which puts Pichu to sleep. Finally, we get an ability activated on our end. Now, let's see if this will defeat Panpour. Not quite. Cottony should do it, though. Finish it off, Cottony. Alright. Defeating me is quite a feat. Well, thank you. I'll take the compliment. Now, let's gang up on this sleepy Pichu, shall we? Wow. Jigglypuff had a personal vendetta against that Pichu. She got a lot of slaps off. That was fantastic. And then Bug Bite ends it. That's 2 Pokemon down. No, 3 Pokemon down. Defeated? Well, I won't lose next time. That means there's only 2 Pokemon left. We've got Mareep, and we've got Starly. Nice! Wow, that was a huge critical hit right there from Eevee. That did so much damage. Just a matter of time now until we achieve victory. It would be nice if we could do it without any of our Pokemon fainting, so I want to be a little bit more cautious with Eevee here, who's obviously taking the brunt of a lot of this damage. Alrighty, I'm going to get Cottony to pick up this treasure, which is 80 gold. Then we're gonna get Swaddle. Kind of stuck here. What if I do this? If I use my warrior ability, Top Speed, that increases our range, so I can kind of get Eevee to move out of there, so we can still get a hit in on Starly, but perhaps more importantly, clear up room for some of our reinforcements to get in. First of all, Jigglypuff should hopefully be able to defeat this Mareep. Nice. Nice. Oh, only 2 hits. Okay, well, Swaddle will clear it up. There we go. Which means there's only 1 bird remaining. Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't think we're gonna be able to get there. What's your warrior ability? Mighty Blow significantly increases attack. That's good to know. Alright, 1 more turn, and this should do it. Poor Starly, surrounded on all sides by enemies. Alrighty. Let's finish this. Heck yeah! That is a successful invasion. To think that it would all end here. Violight Castle is ours! Victory! Heck yeah, definitely a tougher battle than any of the battles we've experienced previously, but not tough enough that it posed us any real challenge. We got through there without suffering a single casualty. Everyone's links went up, everyone's strengths went up, moves have been strengthened, all around a good time. We got 2,668 gold, and we have the opportunity to recruit 2 warriors. Awesome. That was a fine contest. Violight Castle is yours to use as you see fit. You don't mind? No, my conscience is clear. This battle did not bring shame upon our family name. We protected our honor, and that is all that matters. Tallara's army has claimed victory! Select warriors you wish to recruit. I would like to recruit everybody. Definitely Ginshio and her Shinx, and we'll also try to recruit Soren and his Panpour. Henceforth, my strength lies with you. You've reached the maximum permitted number of warriors in this kingdom. Select a castle in which to deploy new recruits. In which castle would you like to deploy Ginchio? Let's send her... I mean, there's nobody at Greenleaf Castle right now, so let's send her there. And we'll also send Soren there as well. Ginchio's army has been defeated and has been forced to retreat. We did it, Lady Tallara! Hey! It's this kid again. You! We keep bumping into you. Looks like you've captured a lot of kingdoms now. Surely you're not trying to run them all by yourself. But Lady Tallara is the warlord, the leader of our army. Being a warlord is about more than just doing battle, you know. Now you can choose what goes on in your kingdoms in your absence. Or instead, you can delegate control of a kingdom to another warrior. It's gotta be training. That's the best way to spend your time. I think searching for warriors in Pokemon is more important. Much more important. You two never think ahead. You won't get anywhere unless you develop your army. But it's up to you, of course. Just be sure to give it some thought. I don't know who these random kids are, but they always show up at an appropriate time to offer advice, so I'll take it. Select a castle that contains an allied warrior to delegate the day-to-day running of your kingdom. The battle has been won. Save progress? Yes, please. So the further we proceed in the main story, the more mechanics are being unlocked, the more tutorials we're accessing, and the further the game is expanding. So, if I hit Greenleaf, yeah, you can see there's a button here called Delegate. Well, what shall I take care of? I would like you to search for more warriors and Pokemon to become our allies. Yes, leave it to me. And then I guess I can delegate to every single castle that I have warriors? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so for you, Nobuchika, I'm gonna get you to do some training. Yeah, we can delegate a whole bunch. Okay. For Fontaine, we'll delegate and get them to do some searching. No, actually developing. And then last but not least, we've got the people in Aurora, and we're gonna delegate them some more searching as well. We're gonna take a well-rounded approach to the delegation in our kingdom. All warriors who have not been delegated tasks have completed their turns. Would you like to proceed to the next month? Yes, and not only are we going to proceed to the next month, we're actually going to proceed to the next year. That's right, our first year in Pokemon Conquest is complete, and it's been a productive one. 1 full year of being a warlord. All right. January, year 2. Hope we had a great New Year's. Look, Lady Tallara, isn't that... Hey, it's you again. Never thought I'd see you here. What do you think of this kingdom, then? Well, it's quite far from Aurora, and there are lots of Pokemon here that we've never seen before. There sure are. You should link with some of them and make them your partners. Huh? But we have Eevee and Jigglypuff. Sure, but don't you want to try getting to know some other Pokemon? Everyone's got their own perfect partner. By which I mean, a Pokemon with whom you can form a perfect link. Really? Just remember that the number of Pokemon partners you can have depends on your capacity. Anyway, I recommend you give some other Pokemon a try while you're here. Huh. I was actually wondering previously if we'd ever have the opportunity to use different Pokemon, and I guess, well, that answers that. We should enter Violight Kingdom and take a look around. Here we've got a place called Sky Garden, where it looks like we can recruit a bunch more warriors, and there's new Pokemon. We've also got a shop and a Ponigiri shop. Why don't we head into the Sky Garden and do some battle? We can send everybody. Let's go! I'll show you what I'm made of. I like the very whimsical music here in the Sky Garden. This is fun. I can also see where it gets its name. It's literally a floating garden in the sky. Pokemon that live in the wild are called wild Pokemon. Fancy that. Wild Pokemon who have an affinity for a certain warrior will be indicated by a bronze or silver mark above their heads. Those with an especially strong affinity will be indicated with a gold mark. Try and find the perfect partner for every one of your warriors. Move adjacent to a wild Pokemon and you will be able to select Link. Oh, interesting. Okay. So that's new. So, just want to check out these wild Pokemon then. There's only one wild Pokemon here. It's this Joltik. It does have... How do I know? Oh, okay, so if I click on a warrior, then you can see the badge. So that one has a silver. That one has bronze. So we want to look for if there's any gold pairings. We'll prioritize those. So none of my warriors appear to have a perfect gold pairing. However, Oichi would have a silver pairing, so perhaps we'll see if we can form a link between her and Joltik. For the time being, though, we need to move all of my Pokemon. I can only assume that if I stand on some of these things, Jump Ramp will do just that and do a little bit of a jump. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Cottony jumped using the Jump Ramp. Now, unfortunately, she's probably not in a great spot there with a poison Pokemon, so we're definitely going to get her reinforcements stat. There's a lot of different typings here that we've never really dealt with before. Like the Ralts, the Ekans. It's kind of cool. But okay, we'll try to get Oichi in place to, maybe form a bond with that Joltik. This is a whole new mechanic now that we'll have to try to match up each of our warriors with their perfect partner. That'll be a cool challenge. Ooh, yep, see? Poison Sting is super effective, and I knew it would be. I definitely put Cottony into harm's way here, and that is completely my fault. Love the beautiful rainbow in the background. This place is great. Alright, Jigglypuff's gonna sing a little lullaby, which actually put Joltik to sleep. And now let's see... Link. No? I tried to link... Oh, maybe I can only link with gold Pokemon? Yeah, you can see here the link icon has the gold symbol, so perhaps Oichi's only willing to bond with Pokemon that she has the gold link with. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I guess we'll just beat up this Joltik. Jigglypuff, double slap! So if we come here, we should be able to defeat this Ralts. Yeah, super effective, because Sewaddle's a bug type. I'm in awe of your talent. I cannot compete with you. This will be helpful to hopefully recruit some Pokemon of different typing for some of the other kingdoms that we're about to face. Like, one of the kingdom is a fighting type kingdom. So if we could get that psychic type warrior and his Pokemon on our side, that'll go a long way. Now, I'm gonna get Cottony to come over here. Yeah, it looks like we can only actually link with Pokemon that we would have a perfect link with. So that's something to keep in mind, I suppose. Alright, you ready to go for a bounce there, Pansage? This is cool. I'm really enjoying how much more complex the battle and associated systems are becoming. It's becoming a much more in-depth tactical RPG than it was in the first couple of hours of gameplay, and I am all for that. Alright, let's finish off this Ekans. He's really causing us some trouble here. Nice. Move you up here. Oh no, that's gonna hit Cottony. Well, it shouldn't do much damage. Alrighty. Get you to move up here. There's not a lot of space to maneuver around here, unfortunately. We're doing what we can, and that did a ton of damage. Alright, Jiggly, it would be fantastic if you could try to defeat this Ekans, because he keeps poisoning everyone. Well, the keyword there was try, and unfortunately, try we did. We did not succeed, though. It's fine, we'll be okay. We majorly outnumber this group of Pokies, so no big deal. Oof. The Intimidate is tough. This Poison Sting's gonna be tough as well. Nice! Carnivine's gonna attack Ekans there, which works out for me. Thanks for the assist, Carnivine. Alrighty, now we're gonna finish this. First, though, Jiggly is gonna sing a little lullaby and put Joltik back to sleep. Poor Joltik has been asleep for half of this battle. Alright, now, Jiggly, do you feel confident enough to finish this? Let's do a little sweet song first. Restore everyone's HP. Not that anyone was getting dangerously low, but hey, we may as well, right? Alright, Jiggly, there you go. That isn't doing much damage, though. Oh, Ekans has 1 HP! Are you serious? And I don't think anybody's gonna be in a position to actually finish him off either. Unfortunately. Well, that's fine. We'll get him next turn. Pew! Oh, Joltik's got 1 HP. Oh my goodness, why does everyone have 1 HP? This is ridiculous. Everyone is holding on by a thread here. Except for Carnivine. He's just straight gone. I never thought I'd have the privilege to see anyone as strong as you. Well, thank you, Kyo. That's very nice of you to say. Alright, one more turn should finish this. You can intimidate us all you like, Ekans. Aha! Missed. How will this fare, I wonder? Defense up. I sense this is not going well. Yeah, I know. Even with defense up, I don't like your odds there. Nice. Now Ekans is going to take a nap, which should mean we can hit him and finish this. Yep. Bye-bye. The enemy's competence is astounding. That was kind of you to say. Alright, Eevee, seeing as you're now celebrating, you can pick up this item, which is 70 gold. We'll then move Jigglypuff into position to not only defeat the Joltik, but also grab this item here as well. Alright. Victory is ours! Great work, team. That increases everyone's links and most everyone's strength. We get a bunch of gold, and we're going to be able to recruit some new team members. Alright, we may as well recruit both of them. Let's recruit the Ralts and the Carnivine. Kyo and the others will be joining our squad. Thank you, I shall serve you from the shadows. Saizo looks like a ninja, that's pretty cool. We're gonna send them to... we'll send them to Ignis, I think. I'm very much obliged to you. I shall accompany you with great pleasure. You can go there as well, Kyo. All warriors who have not been delegated tasks have completed their turns. Proceed to the next month? Yes, please. Alright, everyone's doing their thing. And it is now February, year 2. So we're gonna have to choose which of the 2 castles we're going to next. Chrysalia is mostly bug-type Pokemon, which means I'm probably gonna go there next because we have some fire-type Pokemon which should do well against the bugs. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to try to do next, is sort of mix up our army a little bit, bring over some of the fire types from Aurora into our team here at Violight, and prepare for our next invasion. For now, though, we'll call it a day on today's episode of Pokemon Conquest. Thank you all so much for watching, as always. I'm really enjoying this game so far, and so glad I decided to take the plunge and play my first playthrough here with you guys on YouTube. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with the invasion of Chrysalia.